we have been into the brush, right? And we have seen the brush of 5 types. Out of that, one of the brush we have done. And in that, we have seen some of the examples. We'll move to the next higher brushes. Now, henceforth, like what are the things are coming? It's more professional. So take care of the things. Save you a lot of time. Please, maybe like so. Now the thing is, we have seen the calligraphy, which is a very flat brush, which makes sometimes logo designing, sometimes artwork. But we'll see the next brush is scatter and art brush, where you can find it is in off mode. Here, it takes some design from the screen. That's why it is off. So we need to make what is the name called scatter, right? Scatter means placing the things here and there is called scattering. Randomly placing the design is called scatter. So if we need some design to get placed in our brush stroke here and there, like flowers in a line or flags to be there, so they are called scatter brush. Flag in a line is a scatter brush. Okay, fine. So let's go and make some design first. So let us to be get distribute this particular design over to the line. So select the design and ask to the software now make scatter brush. Then a very big dialog box will open. Just go for OK and just tell OK. Nothing to do now. So the design will come over here. Take your brush and start dragging this. What we have find? The design get placed inside the line. So what you have done the steps, make a design, select the design, switch to the brush, try to create a new brush over here. And it will ask you which kind of brush we want. We can go for scatter brush. Then what happen? A thumbnail will come inside the brush. Now it is the time to go for brush and choose this and draw it up. So what we have seen here, the brush is equipped with the same design in a random in a repeated manner. So repeating the design over to your line is done through the scatter brush. And what is we can see here, a lot of modification can be done to this. Yes, the design is along with this brush. We can select the direct selection tool and move it up, and you can see the design is moving along with the line only. But what we can see here, the all the design are facing horizontal, like only the direction changing, but the design is not changing the direction. So to get rid of this problem, uh, there is setting box where you can change it up. Okay, have a double click on this. You can find the window pop-ups. Here you can see a option called rotation related to page is there. Page is horizontal, that's why it is horizontal and vertical. But if we ask rotate related to path, then what can see? It start of apply to the stroke, it start of changing with the direction. So hope we have understood now how to change the direction of your box by just have a double click, and instead of rotation to the page, we can go for rotation to the path. Then what happen? Yes, we can draw the line and the boxes will follow to the line. Hope we have understood this. It is not only following to this line, but also to any predefined shapes. So if this circle to be get placed with this particular stroke of brush, then just one click and start placing around it. So it makes the job much more easy. To place something around a particular predefined shape is also possible. So we have seen now how to place our design on a customized line or a predefined line. It is possible. Now let us make some event. Get it average by right click, and let us make a red color flag. I want to make this flag to get placed on a line. So drag and drop, scatter brush. This is another way we have adopted now. Rather than clicking over here, we can drag and drop the design inside the brush. The software understand you want to make art brush or scatter brush because it is a design. Switch to go OK and go for path. Very nice. Now you can drag this. It places the things. So hope we have understood how much this complex design can be done easily by the help of what? Scatter brush. Now got to know what is scatter brush, repeated brush, repeated. Now let us see what happened. Yes, it has been placed and the angle is changing, but wherever the line is there, it is above to that because on the center it is going. If you need to place it down, then what you can do? Yes, have a double click on this. Now it is the time to go for the rest of the property to get changed. Spacing, scattering. What is name called? Scatter. Scatter means placing the designs above or below to the main line. It's called scatter. So you can get it down the value and you can see the position is going down. So hope we have understood how to place the things over to the line automatic and go for OK. Job is done. Apply to the stroke. Now it is placed. Yes. Now you can make two lines at the same place. Control C and Control F. Hope we have understood what is paste in front. There are two lines, but on the top line we can able to remove this design. So yesterday we have learned how to remove the brush stroke by making it none. Then what happened? On the same place, two lines are there. One is normal line and another is scattered brush. So altogether it looks like the designs are what exactly on the strings, but sting is different and the design is different. Now, if the gap is to be get changed, how to change the gaps? Same job, have a double click and we can switch to the option called spacing. So we can increase the space. 100%, 200% we have given the space. So this is 100 above. 100 is equal gap. Now if it is 200, then it start of making a space to get place the other one also. 200 space. Go for OK. Apply. So we have seen how to make the placement to get gap. Now we can make the same design to get duplicate. Yes. So there are two designs. Now we have applied to this and you can see here there is option called colorization. Now the red color we have started the design, but we need to change every time the design color. Then we can switch to the option called hue shift, means color to be get shift. Hues and tint both to be shift. Yes. Go for OK. Apply. And here we can change the color. So the time we are changing the color, it is changing color here. And have a double click. We don't want to change the set. We want to change the hue only. Get it OK. Apply to the strokes. So hue can be changed here now. Which type of color we want, we can go for it. So what you have seen now, inside this scatter brush, there is an option called colorization. We can switch to the option called hue. Hue means color and color can be shift as per the stroke color you are changing. Now let us delete this because we have asked here to change the hue. The same could be duplicate here now. Drag and drop, have a duplicate, same properties there. Now here we can make the same thing to get to duplicate once more. Control C and Control F. Let us apply this particular design now. And in this design, we can start off shifting the things or get it minus 200. So what happened now? So below 100 it is not working. So let us go for 100%. Then a different pick is here. Get it apply and change the color to red. And send it to the back side. You can send to the back side this particular design. What you can see, the 200 gap is there on the top, 100 gap is there in the down. Then what happened? The 200 gap is showing the middle one. But if you shift it down, then you can see the 100 gap is there. So now we have seen how to make multicolor flags on the same line. And the third one can be on the top and you can go for 300% gap. So at 3 gaps, some other colors can be shown up. Fine. So hope here we can able to understand 2-3 things. One, how to. So what are the special point we have learned inside the scatter brush? Rotate, with path. Second option, colorization. Colorization, hue shifting. And the next thing we have seen, scatter, to get the gap making. So hope this, can see if this option would not have been there and this flag to be get designed, how much time would have been taken? Yes, you can do one rotate and placing. It takes more time. So hope we have understood now. Scatter brush helps the repeated design to get errands within very less time. So whenever we think like the designs are placed on a particular path, then it is not a design, it is a scatter brush. So by looking to the design, we need to take a decision which particular option has been used there. Does it scatter? Does it normal brush? Does it calligraphy brush? Or does it is a profile? So the decision to be taken strongly while looking to the design, and it takes time. Understanding is easy, but on spot we need to remember or recall: does it scatter? Does it calligraphy? Does it what? If that is done, then job is easy. Fine then. So hope we have understood where to use scatter. Now, what more example of the scatter? In the last class on calligraphy itself, we have given 10, 15 examples, and we have asked to do something, and hope it is tracing and all things would have been done. Now we have learned scatter. So let us see how we can make. Let us make a flower. So this is a flower kind of things, and we want this flower to be get placed around a stroke. So how we can do? Drag, drop, get, scatter, done, and path. Okay, fix. So let us make it flat. So easy, and get it closer to each other. Yes, we can close to each other by making the spacing to get down. Get down. Yes. So easy. Now it is fixed. If it is to be get here and there a little rotation change, then we can go for rotation fix is there. We can rotate it randomly. So sometimes some of them will rotate 0 degrees, sometimes 20 degree. So a lot of rotation will happen and it will make a zigzag pattern and it will look more like lively. So rotation can be randomized. Random things can be done. Exactly. The same way the spacing can be randomized. Here everything is fixed. You can go for that. And here fixed size is there. Sometimes you can make something to get big, sometimes something to get small. And that looks more lively. And inside a single design, we can place multiple. Yes, we can drag it up. And yes, before dragging, have a double click and ask to the software, go for like hue shift so that the time we are changing the stroke color, here the color will get changed. Drag and drop over here. And yes, we can place anything because it is random. We can switch the color here. Control C, Control F. Oh, so it can be Control C, Control F, and get one over to it. And here you can change the color. And here we can do one thing, get the spacing to get down or increase. So you can get the gaps. So we can see now how to make different flower like designs. On strings, they make multiple flowers to get placed and how easily it can be done up. Only drag drop option. Is it okay? Hope we have understood how complex design can be done without doing manual job. So this arrangement is random and the shapes to be get repeated. Here also, if the wind happens, then flag will take different angles. So that angle can be done by the help of your rotation chance. Okay, so hope technically we have understood the things. Now I can switch to the artistical approach. So we got to know that it is going to make repeat. Yes. Let us make the star to get repeat on a particular circle, circle, and arrange the stars. So easy. Yes, calculation will get changed because it will make the size and all things to get calculate, because that part can be done in other way, but here we can see how it can able to be repeat and get it arranged. So the preview button is on, get the spacing or the size to get managed and space. So hope we can understood how to get it arranged with equal gaps. But if it is only 5 required, 10 required, like that things, then the other way is there. It is for random arrangement. Here number concern is not there. Here only the spacing, size, randomization is there. Now, the stars should go sometimes small and sometimes big. Then the size randomization, and sometimes very small, sometimes very big, and sometimes closer, sometimes far away, sometimes inside the circle, and sometimes outside the circle. Randomize. Going in only, inside only, going outside only, and outside, in between outside the variations. So hope 0 is the center line. From the 0, how much forward, how much backward. So hope we have understood how the things can be arranged randomly. The stars in the sky, all the things are the output of so. So let us go for OK, apply. Now let us do the same job in a black screen. Make the black screen with a rectangle, shift the color stroke to the fill and fill to the stroke just by click button, and get the object to lock up so that it should not move. Now take your brush, already star is there, just drag it random. So easy, making the star on the sky randomly. X. Now make the stars to very small, not so big. Then what can be done? Double click over here, switch to the option, size to be random, but it should be very smaller. And the bigger star inside the sky also to be only 10%. So it make more artistic. Is it okay? So how to control millions of stars in the sky within 2 click only, no manual design. And this scattering also, someone will be closer, someone will be far away. So it should not be calculated like it is done through this line. It is randomly placed. Though it is created through the line, but placement on the scatter is here and there such a manner that it cannot able to diagonalize like it is done through this line. But if your scatter is 0 or not random, then you can find only it is going on the line. So hope we have understood now how the star sky can be created. Go for OK. So the next example is done on your screen. You can see on the screen like very tiny stars on the screen. And yes, we can make a ellipse with white color and take next ellipse with a black color. So there are two circles, one above to the other. Hope we have understood how does the arrangement has been done. Making a star sky is easy. F, what is the thing we have used? Scatter brush. And it is 100% quality because it is vector. You can scale to 20, 30 feet holding also, it will not get blur. Hope it is done. Now below to that, you can take a pencil and get it fill. Yes, we don't want to show the stars below. Then default color and exchange color and no stroke color. So here the things are arranged to get avoid the below part. And a small line to get placed. Yes, this could be copied and paste. Just Control C and Control F. Why to copy paste? So that we can change the stroke color to the next level. So hope we have understood now how to make a separate line. And once a line is formed, then we can form the white color design about it. So because the screen is black, I can play with the white. Default white color. So making the storyboard with your black screen. And you can make it to go for animation. So slowly the moon has to appear. So the story will go in this manner. Fine. So the artwork, we have tried to create an artwork with this scatter brush. Example was scatter only. The topic was scatter. Star sky, smoke, dust, fire, flint, any dynamic things can be done with this. If any bubbles in the water. So one bubble, then millions of bubbles to be done. One butterfly, millions of butterflies to be done. So all the things are the example of scatterbox. Now you can note down the example of the scatterbox inside the physical world of designing, where things are random and things are many. They're like the leaves in the tree is a scatter. On the long shot, you can find different same like pattern will be there, but size, angle, all the things are different. Star in the sky, birds fly in group. I mean a butterfly, flowers in the garden, random. Okay, dust, small few lines, and randomly it is to be get plus. So all these things are the example of your scatter brush. Bubbles, one bubble, make it scatter, get it plus random. So let us, so we'll do all the things in practical. Yesterday also we have seen 10, 20 example, like a minimum 5 example with practical format, and we need to get master with the time. So let us take this, and we want to make this as a bubble. Then yes, you can make some shapes on the top, so it create a illusion of bubble, so reflection and all things. So let us make that into a scatter brush. Now it is the time to go for what? Get them over here. Now the randomness has to be generated. How to do this? So let us make this line also random, and it is to get move further. Get the size to be random and make it to get minimize, and the maximum size also to be get a smaller only. And let us make the size to be random. Sometimes it is to be very close, and sometimes to be very far away. Now scatter, get it random, above to the line. That means going above to the line. So sometimes the line is reverse, that's why it is coming below, or else above to the line is mentioned here. And yes, you can switch. So what you have seen, if you are reversing the line, then it is above, happens automatically. But the setting is done. Now it is the time to go for OK. And the rotation, yes, you can make that rotate also. So sometimes 10 degree, because light will get here and there, and get it OK. Job is done. Now the setting is already saved, so we can go for forward line only. So you can see now random lines pop up on the screen. Now the bubbles has to go more, and the size to be very small. Again, just have a double click, get the bubbles size to be get more smaller, very small and a little big, and go more top, scatter to be more offside. So hope we can see how does this random design are done within less time? So from your line point only, it is moving up. Maybe like some scatter are there, which is a little direction changing. That's why it is getting the below one, or else everybody will go to the top side only. So you can see it can be placed over to this line also. So you can see this to understand it better. So the things are moving up. So it could be Control C, Control F, and now it could be turn around with pencil. So hope we have seen how to make these random circles to place on your screen. Is it clear? So on the first example are the star, second example are the bubbles. Now what is your third example? Next flowers, next butterfly. Butterfly is a creator, is a creature. So if it is a creature, then yes, you need to draw it up. Now it is practical because it does have a shape. Press the enter, edit modification, draw 50% of the thing, and get it cut. And we know how to cut, or else you can get it to label it first, or else yes. So it is done. Then divide object below and push it up onto the top. Get the body part here and get it duplicate over here and flip in the horizontal. Now get it more colorful by filling some color. Get it small and get this to be placed on the top. Cancel. Hope we have understood how to arrange this. And here in the strokes, we have already learned we can place a dot on the top. And the same is on this side and get it flipped horizontal. So we have started with understanding very simple dots. Then we go in for very complex designs. So make a small, still smaller compared to the screen. Yes. Now drag and drop. You can ask for scatter. That is done. So it has to move along with the path, rotate a little random, then get it okay. So let us make it to move on this path. Now it is the time to go for over to the line. Somebody should get up and down. Yes. Have a double click. Switch to the size to be random. Some one will be very small, and the spacing to be random. Someone will be very close, someone will be far away. Scatter from the line, yes, randomly. Someone has to go down, someone has to go up also. But they are going along with the line only. And scattering random, rotation also random. And the size could be more smaller. And the maximum size also to be get more small, and let it be close to each other, spacing. Okay, so let it be close that at least you can read it. Fine. Apply to these tools. So hope we have understood how to generate a character and how to get it rotate. So here the thing has to move like this. Now, next one options we left out, like the size and all things are random. So it's nice. But we can switch to the pressurize. That means if you put pressure, then it has to get the size change. So check now. We are starting with small pressure, but at the end we are hitting more pressure. So the size gets changed because of the pressure. So very light pressure, but very thick pressure on that. So size is changing by the pressure. Exactly the same way, the scatter and all the things can be controlled through the pressure, rather pressure more, pressure more. So you can see now the pressure is changing and all the things are changing. So as per the requirement, you can use the pressure too. So hope we have understood each and every icon of the scattering, where to use, how it is different from others. Now we'll move to again more higher brush, that is called art brush. That is also required in design. But the difference between art and scatter is this. If you are making any things to scatter, it will make repeat. But if you are making anything to art, it will not repeat. It will stretch up. What it will happen? Stretch up. Go for OK. Now you can find this and drag this now. What happened? The circle becomes stretched, not repeated. So this is the difference between art brush and scatter brush. So hope we have understood now what is the difference between art and scatter brush. So what is art brush? It is a stretch brush. It is a stretching brush. Because it is stretching, so a lot of shapes are there, which is not repeated, which is just a different action of the same shape. So it is again a very required option. So what is the practical use? Let me show you a funny examples. We have made a stick design like this. Very simple stick design. And we want this to be a which brush? Art brush. Then what will happen? It will turn into a stretchy brush, art brush. Then the whole body is under our control. If you are dragging this, then the brush plays that character. If you are making the upper part of the brush to get bent, then the whole body will get bent. So this is the magic. Now to turn a character and draw like this, it takes time. But because it is a scatter art brush, the whole design is under your control. You can make this and get different styles. So hope we have understood how to make a character to get bent automatically. Now, what are the things we have learned? One more thing we have forgot to speak. After the design is done, then you can able to split it up. Expand appearance will make it to get it separate, ungroup. Then individual part we can able to get control also. So this is individual, get it ungroup, and individual colors could be changed. After the placement also, you can get it separate. What is the option? Object, expand appearance, expand appearance. So either it is art brush or scatter brush, we can able to expand it. Then after, by the command called object expand appearance. Once it is expanded, we can go for ungroup and individual part we can change. And we can arrange some more options. So hope this is clear. Is it okay? So art brush, scatter brush. Now the example you can take in the screen, the case of Mozilla. Mozilla Firefox. It's the best example of your art brush. A character has been designed and it is stretched over the circle. So hope you can see the character is arranged inside a circle. So, but the design is done very plain. Then it has been applied to a circle. So let us see this kind of character designing. So it is a character has been happened. So you can apply that over to the circle. So what happened now? The same human body in a circular manner. So this is the logic they have used inside the Mozilla Firefox. Have a try, get the design, make it into art brush. So let us draw roughly. So this is the character. I'm just taking a piece character like this. Anything, okay? and drag drop. So makes you like you're making the character in a rotation of 90 degrees. So let us design it straight like this. Then what happened? The calculation will be easy. This is what you stick like things and now get it applied over to this and make the it turn on. So what you have seen now, how to apply this object into a circle, and the job is done. And the stroke may be inside, may be outside, it may be anything. So that could be applied. So hope we have understood now how to make the art to be get repeat and stretch. Is it okay? So the example of the art brush Firefox. The fox is designed normally, then it is applied to a circle. Mozilla Firefox is. So whenever you feel like anything to be any character to be get placed on a particular say dense poses and all things, make the character design first. Then so this is what your character and get it merged or put into a single color and drag and drop and get the art plus. Now I can make this character to get dense as per our need. So I can say emotion giving is easy now. Only seal out. So make fun, and if we start up showing one after the other, so it will create a dance for this. So hope we have seen how to use this. What is this process called? Art brush. Get it expanded and get it separate. Now change the color. So it will create a different look because every individual is separate. So it is not judgeable like it is done through art brush. They make through art brush, but later on the arrangement will be in such a manner that it looks individual, but it is not individual. It is the same design which has been repeated through the art brush. So what is the first to be done and what is later they change it individually so that it create a appearance like in every individual has taken care individually to draw the things. And yes, later on they can add some extra features to break the rhythm because again individual control can be done, so none of them will be the same, but the basic poses has been done, then later on modification has been done, right? So hope we can understood how the later on design is changed, but basic design is the same. Fine. I've not touched any extra options, only two options we have learned in 1 hour. Let us get some output. That is for the concept. Yes, check to the profile this same brush. Okay, let us create the fish pose with the pencil. And here let us give some emotion, right? And yes, let us have some things and let us get some line arts here and there. And edit. Okay, okay, fine. So it may cut. So single line artisan. So this is not two line. On one line we have completed the design. This is again a structure we are trying to create. On a single line, how to make the design. Get it more narrow. And yes. So hope we have created the design from this circle. Because the basic shape is there, only you need to make a little touch up, that's it. Initially I can't able to do, but later on I got to know putting more head on design is very difficult. We cannot able to start modifying the things that I have understood, and in that angle I'm just conveying my expressions on the screen. So try to find out what is the basic structure of a body. Basic structure is a ellipse here. So get the ellipse and develop it. If elephant is, let's try to catch the minimalistic format of that. Then the complex can be structurized later on by adding of the muscles. But what is the base design, that is to find out. Yes. Now what is the requirement to go for like scatter? Let us turn down it into 90 degree. Then drag it up into the brush R press. Fine. Then let us make the fish to dance now by the help of your brush. Okay. Now there are few things to get change here. More options are there. As if like scatter brush does have options. Even the art brush does have options. So what are the scale proportionately, stretch between guides? Some more two options or three options are here. Scale proportionately. You can find now. Stretch to fit stroke width and scale proportionately. So the body will proportionally width and height will be the same. So these two options can be used as per the requirement, and it is pressurize or fix. That is again a things. So between grids, stretch between guidelines, something is there, you just check it out. But here, if you need to get the angle to be changed, then within one click, we can change it also. Upside down, down to up, all these options are ready. So we can use it as per a requirement. So what are the options available? At least that to be known of. Now it is upside down. You can move the direction change, and while making it will make some difference. So after making, yes, some of the options are there, flip and all things can be tried out. But here the direction what is mentioned over here, how it works. If you're making the line, you see it is this. Now the same line, drag and drop, apply this and change to this. Okay, apply. What you have seen now, instantly you can able to get it flip because the direction is changed over here. Here this option. So these two options is also useful. Next, the same fish now to get applied to a circle. So it will bend automatic. So you can see the features are automatic bend. You can switch to this stretch proportionately or stretch to fit to the line. Okay, then we can get it cut. How to get it cut? Yes, erase the path, get it smaller fish more. Anyhow, the fish is here. We can make a circle and get it behind and change the color and make the fish inside color to none. You can see now how does this fish is surrounding to this globe. Firefox example, the same. So now your character is surrounding to your globe. And rest of the options are the same. Yes, we have applied this. We can switch to the tint, go for hues, get it okay, apply to this, and yes, we can change the color and get it done. Hope we have understood how to use this in a bigger way. Now later, if you feel like it is to be get modify something, we need to add some features more, expand appearance, and yes, then you can add the hands, legs. Basic structure is done. Only the things get the hand to come out, right? So it can speak some accent more, right? Get the fingers. So now we have add up some more features, like is holding the, trying to hold the glove, and glove could be any color, either it may be white in color. So now we have understood how to make the art and scatterbush to get it use. Have fun, like don't put strain, just enjoy the art, and let us see to what extension we can go. With this is just a guideline, but on a single tool, again, you can sit for 1 month and all. And that much of subject you can deliver from your brain, because every brain is unique. You can do magic. So is it okay? Will I stop? So the summary of the class, only two things: art brush, scatter brush. Repeated brush, stretchy brush. Repeated brush is scatter, stretch is art. That's it for the day. We'll meet up in the next session again with the higher option. Is it okay? Any questions if you want to ask? Yes, you can ask.